Hi everyone. Let me ask you a common sense question. There is something in nature which disappears at the moment we pronounce it. What is it?
Silence.
Great. English teacher. A warm welcome to meeting number 80 of the Gabbys International Toastmasters Club. I am Sunil Gupta, your Sergeant Arms for the meeting. As a Sergeant Arms, it's my responsibility, it's my duty to highlight some guidelines to maintain the decorum of the meeting. The meeting is scheduled for a duration of 2 hours, and I urge all of you to stay for the entire duration to get the maximum benefit out of it. Your video should be on and your audio should be off. However, you can turn on your audio when you are called or need to speak. Regarding the topics of sex, religion, and politics, even though Toastmasters International doesn't put any restriction on speaking on these topics, at the Gabbys Toastmasters Club, we always request all the speakers and role takers to be mindful and abstain from expressing any controversial views on these sensitive topics. Our club mission is to provide a positive and supportive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop their communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. I hope you all will follow the guidelines to maintain the decorum of the meeting. Now it's time to call upon the presiding officer of the meeting. Today's I would say that on Thursday meeting, she is always the presiding officer of the meeting, Toastmaster Jaspreet Kaur. Toastmaster Jaspreet Kaur is clear about her choices and has the insight and confidence to make tough calls and go by her gut and make a decision. She is a POS, prevention of sexual harassment, and POXO, protection of children from sexual offenses, trainer who helps build inclusive workplace. She is also a communication and workplace skills coach. Professionally, she is a CBSE English faculty who has helped a lot of students as their board examinations. So please put your hands together to welcome our presiding officer, Toastmaster Jaspreet Kaur. Over to you, Jaspreet.
Thank you so much, Sunil Gupta. Big round of applause for Toastmaster Sunil Gupta, our Sergeant at Arms, for doing it every time, meeting after meeting. He opens the meeting with his punches, his one-liners, his analogies. So, Sunil, congratulations to you for that. You've kept the bar, you've kept on setting it high for yourself, and you kept on meeting your standards with each and every meeting. Kudos to you for doing that. And with this, I declare meeting number 80 of the Gabbys International Toastmasters Club to order. Toastmasters, visiting Toastmasters and guests, I welcome you all to this very special meeting of our club today. And before I move ahead further, I would like to invite a few guests to tell us, guests or even visiting Toastmasters, to tell us little bit about themselves, a quick 30 seconds introduction about themselves. I can see Ajay Sharma on screen. Ajay, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you are from, how you came to know about the meeting?
Basically, myself Ajay Sharma, and good evening, everybody. And basically, I'm living in Jaipur, Rajasthan. I was previously Toastmaster. I was associated with Rajasthan Toastmaster Group. but now I am no longer being a Toastmaster. But just now, in previous last year, I've seen that Gabby Toastmaster group, and I've attended one or two meetings, and it's very competitive kind of group you have, because I was scared to be going to the Gabby Toastmaster, because I've seen a couple of speakers who's more proficient in speaking. So that's why today I've seen that meeting. I've joined that particular group in WhatsApp. So I've seen that. So I just attended this meeting.
Thank you so much, Ajay. So you don't need to be frightened. As I said in the beginning, we keep on raising the bar for ourselves. So
Yes.
you be a part of Gabby's and you yourself will keep raising a bar for yourself. And over here, I would like to add something for our guests. When this program year started and when the new year started, first week of January, we had people pouring in, and it was so heartwarming to hear that they said we wanted to join a good club, and we went on ChatGPT, we went on Google, and what came up was Gabbys. And it was not one person, there were many of them who came with this thing. So, yes, that is what Gabbys is, and that is what Gabbys has earned for itself. So, Ajay, we would like you to be here and, polishing, reinventing yourself with the days and the meetings to come. I can also see Saurabh Tiwari. So if it is the same Saurabh, could you please come up on camera and just say a few things to our members in the meeting today? Saurabh Tiwari.
Hi,
Yes.
Jaspreet.
Hello.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. My name is Saurabh. As you know, I got excited to see there is a panel discussion, and the topic is definitely amazing. So I thought, why not to join and learn something from all of you? Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Saurabh, for being here. Be there till the end, and I would like to connect with you at the end as well. We have somebody called as Harshit More also. Harshit, I hope I'm pronouncing the name correctly. Can you come up on camera and tell us something about yourself, a quick introduction? Harshit, is he there? All right. No. Let me move ahead further. Yes. We have our panelist one, Distinguished Toastmaster Abha Ori. Distinguished Toastmaster Abha, I would like you to come up on camera and do tell the audience something about yourself, please.
Hello, good evening.
Mm.
Well, what do I say? I have been a Toastmaster since 2016, and currently I'm the PQD of our district, and enjoying myself in Toastmasters. I believe that Toastmasters is a way of life for me now. And I think once a Toastmaster, always a Toastmaster. I was very happy when I got invited today because the name of your club, it resonated with me because I recently met two members from your club, and I think one of them is here, Saurav. I can see Saurav here.
Both of us are
And
here, ma'am.
Both are here.
oh, okay, both of you are there. How nice. So I was very excited when I came to know that I'm coming to the Gabbies because I've heard a lot about it. And I thought, okay, this is just the right time for me to come. So thank you so much for having me over.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Waiting to listen to your views in the panel discussion. So, yes, so with this, let's go on further ahead with this very special meeting. So, again, formally, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Tonight is a moment of reflection and celebration. A time to honor our journey, acknowledge the impact we have made, and look forward to a new chapter with purpose and pride. As we gather for the final meeting of the Gabbys International Toastmasters Club, it's only fitting to pause and recognize what this club has been standing rock solid for all this while. From its very inception, the Gabbys International set out to be more than just another Toastmasters club. We became a truly global platform, welcoming speakers and leaders from all across the world, across time zones, cultures, and continents. We've had the privilege of hosting learning alongside world champions of public speaking, district directors and trio members, accredited speakers, globally respected thought leaders, and communication coaches. This diversity and caliber made each of our meetings an experience par excellence, where global ideas met individual expression and international excellence met everyday growth. As a club, we have been recognized for our consistent pursuit of excellence, achieving President's Distinguished Club status 2 years in a row and being honored as a super club last year. This year as well, we have won the Smedley Smedley Global Membership Award, Talk Up Toastmasters Award, and achieved the President's Distinguished Club status. These all are not just accolades, they are a reflection of our ethos, inclusive, ambitious, and world class. Now, it is time to move ahead further. Effective July 1st, the Gabbys International Toastmasters Club will be formally dissolved, and the majority of the members will transition into the Gabbys Online Advanced Toastmasters Club, a natural evolution of our commitment to higher standards and deeper learning. As an advanced club, the Gabbys Online Advanced will focus on dual evaluations for each speaker, longer duration projects, specialist roles such as language evaluator, and insightful education sessions tailored for seasoned Toastmasters. The incoming executive committee will also share updated educational and participation requirements that reflect this advanced framework. And in the meantime, we will continue to have the Gabbys, which is our hybrid format high energy club, meeting every Saturday at 10 a.m., which is now hosted at a new venue, which is the National Institute of Personal Management, Infantry Road. It will offer a state of the art setup that combines real world public speaking experience with the best of hybrid technology. Expect immersive meetings with dynamic roles like the joke master, table topics evaluator, quiz master, or listener. The emphasis will be on in person energy, spontaneity, and immersive learning. The Gabbys Online Advanced Toastmasters Club, meanwhile, will meet every Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. IST. Fully online, structured for experiential, high-level learning, contest preparation, keynote polishing, and deep evaluation. While the Gabbys International will no longer hold regular meetings after July 1st, on a need basis, Gabbys and Gabbys Online Advanced may come together to conduct joint or special meetings such as speech marathons, often on Thursdays or other suitable days. To sum it up, one club gives you the mic on stage, the other hands you the mic on screen, both offering you the chance to grow, lead, and shine. And yes, to sum it up on a lighter note, while the Gabbys is proudly the OG, the original gangster of our family, the Gabbys Online Advanced is boldly aiming to be the GOAT. Yes, the GOAT, the greatest of all Toastmasters. To every member, guest, mentor, and speaker who has ever been part of the Gabbys International, thank you. Thank you to help us build something truly, truly international, truly inclusive, and truly unforgettable. We are going to remember it for years to come now. And it has been specially my honor, my privilege to serve as the final president of this remarkable club. Let's carry forward these memories, the mission, and the magic into every next meeting, every next stage, and every next speech. Let's together enjoy this final meeting of the Gabbys International Toastmasters Club and step into a future we have already begun creating together. So, as we say, the show must go on. Let's move ahead with the meeting for today. For this, I would like to call upon a very special person, the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Yogita Upadhyay, the Vice President Education of the Gabbys International Toastmasters Club. Well, Yogita is a go with the flow person, a very joyful young girl. She's always been a people person, just a message and a phone call away. She's also enjoying her phase as an HR and image and soft skills trainer. Beyond the 9 to 5 hustle, you will find her dancing, reading, mind bending books, exploring new places, or experimenting with different foods. But I would like to add over here, you will also find her majorly doing the work of the VP education, filling in roles and mentoring people and all that. So with this, I hand the stage over to Yogita. Yogita, please take it further ahead from here.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jaspreet. Can we have a round of applause for the presiding officer of the day, please? Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and awesome guests. Why do I see so many gloomy faces? I understand it's the last meeting. But so what? Why nostalgic when the future looks exciting? Welcome to a special meeting at Gabbys International. And we are not just a club. We are a whole family of 3 clubs. Okay, yes, I'm also upset. One club is winding down. But Gabbys and Toastmasters, not even close. In fact, trust me, the mic stays hot, the applause stays loud, and the awkward silences, those still happen too. That's why today's theme will be the toast must go on. Because clubs may pause, but you, me, Gabbys, and the mic, we keep going. So before you think, I would start with what Gabbys International has been doing and what are the future plans. As Toastmasters Jaspreet has already mentioned, I would not take you down the lane of those memories. You can definitely relive those memories because all the video recordings are available on YouTube. And I'm very, very sure, if not sooner, but later, we'll again be a family of 3 clubs. Because that is what the Gabbys spirit is. Let's start with a quick fire warm-up. I'll throw out a word. You just say the first thing that comes to your mind. Don't repeat. Don't pause. And if you freeze, well, Toastmaster Sreelakshmi will throw a table topic on your way, and that would be a difficult one. So are you all ready? Yes, no, maybe?
Yes, yes.
Okay, only I and Jaspreet are ready?
Yes, yes.
Okay, cool. All right, I'll start with the way it's appearing on my screen. And Jaspreet is the first one that's appearing. Mic.
Yogita, please.
Now, everybody first. Please unmute. You don't have time to think.
No, but then what has to be done, please?
You just say the first one, first word that comes to your mind when you hear what I'm saying.
Acha.
Mic.
Speaking.
Okay. Who was it? Okay. Pathways.
Objectives.
Stage.
Peer.
Confidence.
Okay. Spotlight.
Hero.
No meeting.
Okay. Timer.
Our counter.
And our counter.
Grammarian.
Crutch word.
Filler.
Words.
No filler.
Okay, I would really appreciate if everyone can participate. Wing it. Rehearsal.
Practice.
Practice.
Okay. Applause.
Clap.
Grid.
Okay, so the synonyms are going on. Coffee,
Break time.
Refreshing.
With
okay.
Karan.
I like it.
Panic,
Nervous.
Numb.
Zoom,
Gabbys.
Meeting.
Gabbys.
great. You all did great. That was chaotic, unpredictable, and totally like the Gabbys already have. Just how we all like it. So today, there are no rules. You all can speak, obviously, apart from the rules laid down by the Sergeant at Arms. From my end, there will be no rules. You are always open to speak your heart out. If there's something you want to share, you can definitely come up on stage, raise your hand, and I would give you the mic. It's not me, it's not the people present here. It's about each and every one of us that keep the spirit alive of any club. Now, usually, generically, a meeting, we have 3 segments. We have the prepared speeches, we have the evaluations, and then we have the table topic. Here, we will have, for the prepared speech, we only have 1 speech, and that would be a panel discussion. After that post, we would be moving to the table topic and then the evaluation segment. After that, we also have a special segment that is the table topic evaluation. So enjoy your time here, participate as much as you can, speak all your heart out because the toast must go on. Now, to welcome the speaker, let's start with the prepared speeches. So prior to that, I would like to welcome one of the most experienced member of our club who's playing the role of a timer today and is always helpful whenever you reach out to her. Toastmaster Mita Shah. Toastmaster Mita Shah is a teacher by passion and profession with a focus on building a strong foundation through early childhood education for children. She'll be playing the role of a timer. Toastmaster Mita, can I please request you to please share what will be the timing rules for the day?
Happy evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm Toastmaster Mita M. Shah. As a timer for today's meeting, as timer, I will time the speaker, table topics, and the evaluations. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using green card, yellow card, and red cards, which denote times remaining. Table topic speaker should limit their remarks to no more than 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I'll raise green card. At 1 minute, 30 seconds, I'll raise yellow card. And at 2 minutes, I'll raise red card with 30 seconds of grace period. Those giving speeches should limit their remarks to their specific speech time. Now today, as we have special panel discussions, the speaker is attempting L5P2 and so the green card I'll be showing the green card at 20 minutes, yellow cards at 30 minutes and red card at 40 minutes with the grace time of 30 seconds. And the table topic evaluation, we have I'll be showing the later on. The table topic we have same and the evaluator will have a 30 seconds for each evaluation for the table topic. Speaker, over to you. TMOD, table topic, TMOD.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mita. Can we have a round of applause for our timer? Apart from the rules she has laid down, and there is one rule, you also have a 30-second grace period for the table topics and even for the evaluation and for this panel moderation as well. Okay, moving ahead, let's start. The speaker has already shown how witty he is. We have Toastmaster Sunil Gupta, who will be leading the panel discussion. He is attempting his project, he's attempting his project number 2, level 5 of Pathway Presentation Mastery. And the project objective is for him to apply his skills as a public speaker and leader to facilitate a panel discussion. The timing, as suggested, is 20 to 40 minutes. Toastmaster Jaspreet is playing the role of an evaluator. Can you please confirm your presence for the entire duration? Toastmaster Jaspreet?
Yes, I'm there.
Okay. So Sunil is a very enthusiastic person, very keen on learning new things because he loves evolving himself. He has an ardent passion for playing cricket and speaking in English and is a strong believer of simplicity, integrity, and hard work. He has joined Toastmasters to develop speaking in English and communication skills. In addition, he always prefers to build good and strong relationships to enhance his human assets. And I second that. I have worked with him for past 6 months, and we were a great team of a VP and a sergeant at arms. The back end work went out very, very smooth. All right, so Sunil Gupta, my mother, my new baby. My mother, my new baby, Toastmaster Sunil Gupta.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Let's have a look first. Good evening, distinguished Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. We all are raised and brought up by our parents. From our first breath, they were our protectors, teachers, our guides. They nurtured us, disciplined us, loved us fiercely, shaping us into the individuals we are today. It's a debt we can never truly pay. However, a time comes when the roles begin to shift. Our parents, once the pillars of our lives, start to need our guidance, protection, and care. They become our children, our babies. Today's panel discussion will focus on navigating interactions with old parents, particularly mothers, who display childlike tendencies. The title, My Mother, My New Baby, can feel you a bit strange at first. After all, a mother is a mother. She can never be your child. However, as she grows old, subtle changes begin to occur in her memory, her mobility, and in her overall well being. Therefore, we need to step into a new dynamic and start helping her with her everyday activities and making decisions for her living situations. My mother is around 85 years old and she needs a lot of help with her everyday activities. So, my wife and I have to treat her as a child and become her support system in performing these activities. For example, for giving her a bath, we have to help her sit on the stool, give her soap, mug, towel, clothes, etc. It might look awkward if I say she doesn't hesitate to get herself undressed even in my presence, just like a child under 5. Similarly, a lot of scenes which appear almost every day in my life and compel me to think this role's shifting and my mother as my new baby. I'll share with you some of them during the discussion. Now it's time to call upon our panelists. At first, put your hands together to welcome our first panelist, distinguished Toastmaster Aba Hori. Please spotlight Aba Hori. Distinguished Toastmaster Aba Hori has been in Toastmasters since 2016 and played several important leadership roles, including that of an area director, district division director, area program quality director, area club growth director, area public relations manager, and club growth director. Currently, she is serving as a program quality director of District 124. That's not all. Picture bhi baki hai. She is elected as district director of District 124 for the coming year. Besides all, she is a mother of 2 adult children. And please, pardon me, I'm not gonna tell you their age because I don't want you to put your mind to calculate her age. They are adult, it's enough. Right, Ava? Welcome to the discussion, Ava. Now, please give a warm welcome to our second panelist, Toastmaster Manvi Kumar. Please spotlight Toastmaster Manvi Kumar. Toastmaster Manvi Kumar is a certified psychometric test professional, a soft skill trainer, and a career counselor with a strong foundation in human psychology and expertise in aging and family dynamics. Welcome to the discussion, Ms. Manvi. Now, please help me welcome our final and the third panelist, Toastmaster Dev Kambli. Mr. Dev Kambli is a software professional and a very consistent and sincere meditation practitioner. He is also experiencing this role shift in his relationship with his mother due to her aging, health issues, and increased dependency. Welcome to the discussion, Mr. Dev Kambli. Let's start the discussion with Mr. Dev Kambli because you are experiencing the same role shift.
Sure.
Mr. Dev, I want to know that what does the phrase "my mother, my new baby" mean to you? And when did you first feel this role shift in your relationship with your mother?
Sure. So thanks and good evening, Sunil. Good evening, Toastmasters, Madam President, everyone on the call. And thanks for inviting me to this panel. Indeed a pleasure. So Sunil, I think that was a very thoughtful question. So we are 3 siblings, I and my two of my sisters. We lost our father when we were in college. We were fairly young and our mother has shouldered the responsibility. She has worn multiple hats. She was working as a officer in a semi-government undertaking. She was pursuing her passion as a writer. And in our eyes, I think she was a successful woman in terms of her education, in terms of getting us the necessary education, married, settled, rebuilding our ancestral home, planting, I suppose, in 5 years back, she almost planted around 150 trees in our native in Goa. So I think she was fairly successful. The twist happened around 4 years back. She got a massive heart attack in our native. And then she was hospitalized in Manipal for a couple of days. And I think, and then she had 6 stents in her heart actually. So after that, she has lost her confidence. And that is when I realized that lady had now transitioned into a baby. And since 4 years, I think I and my sisters have seen the changes, right? The shift. We have to keep cajoling, coaxing her to do even small, small things. I think the confidence which she always had up her sleeve, I think that is something which has worn out. And I think that is where, we realize from this past 4 years that, there is a change, there is a shift of hands, placing her into the cradle again, kind of a thing. So, well, that's the answer to your question that when did it happen? It happened around 4 years back. Back to you.
Thank you. Similarly, it happens with me when I deal with my mother. When I sit there, spoon in hand, and urging her to eat, and she refuses by turning her head.
Yeah.
A profound realization washes over me. Isn't it a mirror image of my childhood? When she used to chase me around the house, plate in hand, trying to get me finish the food. She would tell stories, sing songs, and even scare me by saying, if you don't eat, a ghost, a baba, or police uncle will come and take you somewhere. She would do anything to make the mealtime an adventure, to ensure I was nourished. And now I'm doing the same thing for her. Only the roles have reversed. But the love and deep seated desire to nurture and protect remain exactly the same. Now, I would like to ask Miss Manvi, from a professional standpoint, what are the triggers or life events that lead to this shift in the parent-child dynamic?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sunil, and thank you so much for inviting me here in this specific panel discussion. Not just from a professional standpoint, but even as a daughter, I have seen this specific role reversal does not happen on a random day out of the blue or suddenly. But it is actually something that happens very quietly with small, small triggers and signs. It can be parents forgetting having their own medicines, parents losing their appetite every single day. There are people who mention that even the aging thing triggers them. For example, after a specific age, the skin elasticity loses, and even the veins are clearly visible when we hold the hand of our old parents. So this even triggers those people. Along with that, there are people who mention that their parents retiring triggered them, that they have came to a specific age after which on any sudden day the child or the children can lose their parents. So it is about the fear of losing that can come from any single incident or the event. The major incident that usually triggers these signs or triggers the individual is a surgery. It can be heart surgery, brain surgery, or any other surgery wherein the child starts taking care of the parent, and that is how this whole dynamic changes. So
Yeah.
when you asked about the triggers, it can vary from person to person, situations to situation. But and do remember that it can be as small as booking a doctor's appointment for your parents, and can be as big as having a parents going through a major surgery. So people say it is just about aging, but there are a number of triggers that do change these dynamics. Just massive summary.
Thank you, Miss Manvi. As you talked about holding the hands, I want to share with you that while walking or doing something. When my mother, she sees me around, she extends her hand towards me, expecting I will hold her hand, just like I used to do when I was a kid, and feel safe and comfortable by holding her finger tightly by my tiny hand. Now I will move to Miss Ava. Miss Ava, you are also a mother of two children. Okay. I want to know that, please share with us that how do you feel or experience this role shifting in your relationships with your children?
Hi, Sunil. Thank you so much for having me here, as I said. See, with me, it has been very gradual with the relationship with my children because since the time they've been born, no matter how old they are, I still think of them as my kids. One is 35 plus, one is 33 plus. But for me, I can still whack them when I want to. So that's the relationship I have with my children. But I also have a 5-year-old grandson. So when I see my grandson, then at times, I get that feeling, oh my God, I've become old. And so perhaps the role reversal has happened more after my grandson has come and not so much as with my children.
Who said you look old?
I don't. I
Yes,
don't look old and I
yes.
don't feel old.
Don't,
This is
yes,
color.
don't say grandson. But why
No,
did you
I can't.
reveal your children's age?
I am so happy and I'm so looking forward to turning 60 next year. And I have no qualms about telling that to anybody because I would really like to know what 60 feels like. Because I know
Okay.
when in the older days when people turned 60, that seemed as if, you had one foot in the grave already. So I'm very keen to know what it's going to feel like when I'm 60. And I'm really looking forward to it.
After 60, you will always look 16.
No, I think I look 40.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. As Miss Manvi mentioned that when no, your parents, sorry, your parents are in a hospital, you realize, some things. So 2 months ago, when my mother was hospitalized, there in the hospital, I had to coax her, cajole her, and even sometimes scold at her, force her to take injections and other medicines. So you can't believe that how tough was that time for me. It was very difficult and challenging for me. So, Mr. Dev, I want to know from you that what are the similar practical challenges you encounter or you have encountered in providing support or care to your mother? Please tell us some.
Yeah, sure. Thanks. Thanks for the question. So I think so my mother is aging at 8, and she's right now at 80 years. And I think what looking at her so strong so many years, what has changed is that her logical inferencing, right, and her confidence. I think both of these have got impacted. And what do I mean by logical inferences? Whenever she's posed with a situation or a point, right now she can't quickly come to a decision. She goes into a dilemma and thinks which should be the right option. So I think that is something which happens. She also, while crossing the road, for example, earlier she used to just do a dandi march, so to say. She was very confident of herself. But right now, she freezes sometimes while crossing roads, and that is something which we have seen. She goes to ATM, and then suddenly she's not able to. If the pin goes wrong, she gets confused at that point of times. So I think this is something which we have been seeing, small things, but her confidence is wearing off. And I think because of the health and the fact that she was impacted with a hard, and she has been an ardent practitioner of yoga for so many years. So I think that is somewhere actually impacted her. And I think that's where, on daily basis, it's a different challenge. It's important for us to have kindness and compassion when you look at this, because one day even we will be in those shoes. Then second thing is also listening to their stories. I think they have to now at this age want to, they want patient ear. So I think that is something which is again, so kindness is a communication approach. Influence them to take something new. She has started for past 4 years learning coffee paintings, and pretty decent job she does on that front as well. And I think finally, I think most important is having an ecosystem around them. And when you talk about ecosystem, it might be friends, relatives, cooks, people who can support her in this journey, right? I think that is also very, very important. So I think, yes, you will have different challenges on daily basis, but I think it's important to hold your hands together and overcome the challenge the way she used to do when we were young. Yeah, so I think that's the thing which I would say. Back to you, Sunil.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dev. Miss Manvi, as you heard that we adult children have to face lot of challenges. So I want to know from you, from a professional standpoint, that what are the resources available for adult children who are navigating this role?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sunil, for specifically bringing this question in. When we start taking care of our parents, we often do not know whom to turn up to because they were the ones whom we usually turn up to when we were in problem. But now the tables have turned and we are someone who are taking care of them. And at times we are not aware of what exactly to do. So there are a lot of resources available, may it be online, may it be offline. For medical support, we do have organizations, we do have service providers who do rent equipment, who do rent, what do we say, the caregivers, the nurses at home. They even have psychotherapists, physiotherapists, counselors who do visit your homes. So this was all from a medical standpoint, but when it comes to emotional standpoint, there were other panelists who mentioned about emotions, and even you were mentioning about the emotional roller coaster that we go through. Trust me when I say this, I have people who have been through it, and they are someone who went to caregivers, who went to the support groups that are available in their societies. I know not all the societies have it, but nowadays, as everything is digital, we have caregiving groups online. Even though they are paid, they are just a call away and they do give a straight and specific advice when needed. Lastly, not just about caregivers, but we know about NGOs and foundations that are available for help who take care of elder parents and they can help us, support us with suggestions. So it is all these resources just need one thing, one permission, a permission that you need to ask from yourself, the permission to ask for help, the permission to make silly mistakes, and the permission to take care not just of your parents but of yourself. Then only you will be able to provide love and care to them. So we do have a lot of NGOs, support groups, and counselors available online and offline both.
Thank you, Miss Manvi. Miss Abha, I want to share with you a story, or you can say that it happens with me. When I return home from the office, you can't believe that my mother can't control her happiness. and starts announcing my arrival. मेरा कन्हैया आ गया, मेरा बेटा आ गया, मेरा बेटा आ गया. My Krishna has come, my son has come. Then she comes to me to say something or just touch me. Just like a child when he sees his father at the door, feels very happy and immediately runs towards the door uh, and towards his father and expecting that to get lifted. Keeping such things in mind, I never ignore her, but talk to her and ask her about her well-being, at least just 1 or 2 minutes. Now, I want to ask you, Miss Aba, what are the, you can say, support or communication you find most helpful from your children?
You know, my children have always been in the boarding school. They were in boarding since the time they turned 9, both my sons. Now, a lot of our family members, friends, they felt that children who go to boarding, they become very distant from the parents. But there was one thing which I was very particular about, and I'm particular about even today, is that the lines of communication should be open at all times. Home is not just my home, home belongs to my sons too. And when I say home belongs to them, I mean this is their safe place for them to feel free to do anything and everything they want without feeling scared that we as parents might object to it. It may sound a very simple statement, but it actually has a very deep meaning to it. So, my husband and I, every time the children came home from boarding, we always told them, you want to try out smoking, you want to try out drinking, whatever it is you want to do. This is the place where you have all the freedom to try it out. We don't want calls coming from boarding saying your son was caught doing something like that. And that is something which all children of all age, of be girl, be it boy, everybody goes through that that phase where they want to rebel and they want to try out things and they feel scared that they don't want parents to know. They're okay with friends knowing. But that is one rule we've made even till date. There's nothing which parents cannot know. There's nothing which they have to keep away from us, good, bad, whatever. And I'm very happy that they, even now, they feel very, very comfortable discussing anything with us, anything and everything. So I think it's very important to keep the lines of communication open from the smallest to the biggest things.
Thank you. Now it's time for Q&A. I will open the forum for the audience. If you have any questions, any query, you can ask the panelists. Please. Folks, do you have any queries, questions, any feelings you want to know from our panelists? No one?
Can I ask a question? Saurav here.
Yes. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much, moderator. So maybe, Abha madam, this question is for you. I know we all love our parents and we really want to take care of them when they are getting old. But how to handle situations? I'm not saying this is my case, My mom is fit and fine and very young, but I'm just asking because I have seen a lot in television, movies, and all. How to take care of these elderly parents, especially when we are working and we are too much overloaded with work and annoyed with office politics and irritated. And after a busy day, when we come home, we see our parents, becoming another set of tasks, and we feel like, oh my God, I need to do this also now. So I know it's a tough question, but I think it happens with most of us, and I just want to know how to handle such situation.
Hi,
Okay.
Saurav. I'm very happy that you asked me this because, my mother had dementia, which got worse, and then she had Parkinson's. And all of it happened only after my father passed away, and she suddenly found herself alone. We are just two sisters. In India, somehow there is the feeling that the sons are supposed to take care of their parents and the daughters are supposed to take care of their in-laws. But in this case, we were the sons and we were the daughters, both. And when mom went into that stage, it was very, very difficult because both of us married. My sister stays in a joint family. It was not possible for her to shift my mom into her family. I stay in a place called Siliguri, which is far, far away from the better medical facilities which are there in Delhi. And I had my husband who had retired, and it was just the two of us staying. And suddenly I had mom coming and staying with us. So between my sister and I, we sat down our husbands because that was important and explained to them that mom was our responsibility. And hats off to both the men. They they accepted or they willingly shouldered the responsibility. It was not easy, especially like you said, you come back from a
Mhm.
hard day's work and
Mhm.
she comes and makes the most weird demands on time, on everything. So it's not possible, to keep up a good face. It's very nice to know sons like Sunil exist. I am afraid I was not that great a daughter. I did let loose at times. And it used to feel very bad because, I would always go through this guilt that she did all this for me and now I'm not being able to do it. And that is where my younger son, he came and helped me sort out my head. And he said, Mom, it's okay because you're juggling a lot of things. You're juggling your family, you're juggling your job, and you're juggling your mom. And it's okay to let loose at times. None of us are perfect. Whatever you're doing is great. It was very difficult because in the last 6 months, she didn't even recognize who I was. And she just slipped away. But after what has happened, and this is not me giving gyan to anyone, but that made me realize that we ought to be we ought to accept responsibility for ourselves. And when I talk about ourselves, I mean our health. We just can't be footloose and fancy free and do whatever we want to, and then, fall ill and expect our children to leave their jobs and their families and come and look after us. That's not how it works. And when I talk of being healthy and fit, I don't mean just physically, I mean mentally also. I have seen too many people at my age or younger than me who are okay with the morning walks and doing yoga and everything, but will not sit down and solve a Sudoku or a crossword. In fact, on hindsight, when I see my mom never did a Sudoku or a crossword or even bothered to read. Her life revolved around the kitchen, revolved around looking after us, watching television. But where was her mental fitness? It was just not there. So I think we owe it to ourselves to take responsibility for ourselves and not expect our children to drop whatever they are doing to come and look after you. I have my elder son is in the armed forces, and he is based in Pune right now. So he's not going to, we don't even get to see him on festivals because he's out somewhere. So he's definitely not, probably won't even know when something happens to us, at least not immediately. My younger son is in Hong Kong. Both of them are pursuing their dreams, making careers for themselves, creating their lives, their happiness with their families. I am not their responsibility. I am my responsibility. And I think we all are very fortunate that we have the awareness which our parents didn't have. So we ought to take that very seriously and look after ourselves because only I can look after myself, nobody else. So I think it's very important for all of us to wake up and care for yourself. I hope that
Thank you.
answers your question.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you so much, Abha madam. This was
Yes. Yes.
more than what I thought, and it was deep, insightful, and there was a lot of learning. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Moderator, over to you.
In the interest of time, I would request all of you, if you have any questions, you can put in the chat box later. I'll get the answer from the respective panelist and then pass it on to you. From the entire discussion, it can be concluded that the phrase, my mother, my new baby, is not about reversing the roles in a disrespectful manner, but honoring the lifetime of love and care she gave us by stepping up when she needs us. As Mr. Dev Kamli mentioned that we have to create an ecosystem in our house. So it requires immense empathy and understanding. Therefore, you need to listen to her concerns, fear, and desires with love, even when they seem illogical to you. Just like we do with our children. Remember, her emotional well being is just as important as her physical health. Considering Miss Manvi's point of view, there are a lot of resources available, and we have to think that they are aging. It's okay. And this can be sometimes very emotionally draining or physically demanding and mentally challenging. There can be moments of frustration and profound connection. So I would suggest that, as Mr. Dev does, you have to practice patience and self-care on regular basis. From a mother, Miss Abha's perspective, she wants to create a kind of freedom in the house. Everybody is free. For this, you need to invariably foster open communications with each other in the house. However, due to our busyness in our work, sometimes it is very tough. But I think that you can start with small things. You can ask your mother about her day, health issues, or routines. For example, when you come from office, you can ask, Mom, you look tired today. Is everything okay with you? This is enough. If you can't do even this, no worries. You just sit there by her side and spend some time while having a cup of tea or after dinner. You know, I have done this. I assure you, it will work. The ultimate goal is to create a safe space where she does not feel ignored, but heard and cared. In conclusion, I would say that you only need to recognize and realize that your mother is navigating a different phase of life where she may behave like a child, become stubborn, and have certain vulnerabilities. In this situation, you need to become her support system with grace, empathy, and love. I'll wrap up the discussion with these two lines, beautiful lines about a mother. गुस्से में फोन रख दिया था मैंने, गुस्से में फोन रख दिया था मैंने, वापस मिलाकर मां बोली, बेटा सॉरी बेटा, गलती से कट गया था मुझसे. I hung up the phone with anger. She called back and said, sorry, I disconnected the call by mistake. Thank you everyone for cooperating and listening to us. Thank you very much. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Well, the reaction says it all. Can you see everyone with smile, clapping? It was a wonderful panel discussion. Toastmaster Sunil, can I also request you all to give another round of applause for a wonderful panelist and Toastmaster Sunil for such an important topic. He took us on that emotional ride. I loved every bit of it. And thank you for bringing us this reminder that yes, parents need us more than we need parents. And vice versa. We are nothing without them, they are nothing without us. So they complete us, we complete them. With that being said, I will all give you a 5 minutes quick break to soak in all the lovely words and messages that have been shared throughout this panel discussion. It is 8 by my clock. We'll meet in next 5 minutes, and then we'll proceed for the second half of the meeting. Okay, welcome back again to the second half of the meeting. And now, before we dive into the table topic segment, I again have a quick fun activity for you, for which I request if many people can come on the camera, it would be great so that I can see you are not Googling. But apart from this, even if you are off camera and want to answer, you're most welcome. Okay, so the game is Toastmaster emoji reactions. So you don't have to speak anything. You just have to share what you think in the situation would be the suitable emoji. I hope everyone knows that we have a React tool in the Zoom chat, and we can use that for sharing our reactions. Is it understood? Yes, no? Okay. All right. You don't have to speak. You just act it out with your face or your hands, or you can use an emoji or maybe a sound. Okay, let's see who is the best performer of this game. All right, so first one is when the grammarian uses a word you have never heard of. Toastmaster Smruti looks so worried in her emoji. And Sunil portrayed it so well. Like, dude, are you for real? We don't even know of it. Okay, moving forward. And yes, Toastmaster Jaspreet is like, really? Is that even a word? Okay, I would appreciate if many of you can come and share your responses. Let's make this interactive and fun. When the timer shows red and you still have 3 points left. Toastmaster Mita, being a timer, she's like, oh my God, can you stop? Toastmaster Smruti is angry. Sunil is, do I have a choice? I can't see anyone else on the camera. Toastmaster Jaspreet is smiling. Toastmaster Isha is also smiling. Okay, so the timer wins. Toastmaster Shravan is also smiling. And so I see Toastmaster Mamta as well smiling. Toastmaster Sreelakshmi is like, okay, now will you give me the stage? I also have some good topics for them. Wait, I am coming towards you, Toastmaster Sreelakshmi. Okay, 2 more and then we'll move on to the table topic segment. When you enter the meeting and you hear the sergeant at arms or any excom officer saying, can you take up the grammarian role or the accounter? The person just dropped out due to an emergency. Shravan is like, really? I came here to enjoy. Isha is again smiling. Mamta is like, oh, wow, why not? Jaspreet is, I will not. I am not prepared for it. I need time. Okay. I couldn't see Smruti's reaction, sorry. In case you reacted, and I couldn't see Mita's and Sunil's reaction as well. Mita is like, okay, I'll go for it. Always up for it. Okay, last one. When you're called for table topics and you are full, like you are eating something, your mouth is full of food. Toastmaster Isha is again smiling. Toastmaster Mamta is like, I will see. Sri Lakshmi is like, I don't know. Oh my God. Abhi bulana tha? Was it, do I have to be called now? Shravan is like, he'll come on camera and he will like, okay, I'll go for it. Okay. All right. So that's a wrap of this game. So we don't have any winners because most of you participated quite well. So I don't want to choose anyone and give the special prize because when we have so many good performers, I don't think we can have the king of Toastmasters or the queen of Toastmasters. Okay, moving to the second segment of the meeting, we have the table topic segment. That is the most interesting segment. I love it personally. For that, I would like to call Toastmaster Sreelakshmi on the stage. Toastmaster Sreelakshmi carries over 14 years of professional experience in finance and tech consulting projects and has built her career as a project management professional. Apart from work, she enjoys solo traveling and discovering new places. And what I have learned something new about her is she loves coming to Toastmasters meeting and taking up roles. Also, she's also coming in XCOM this time. Hopefully, we'll see her sharing posters more often. All right, Toastmaster Sreelakshmi, stage is all yours.
Yeah, thank you for such a wonderful introduction, TMOD. So, greetings, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished Toastmasters, and guests. I guess today we had a wonderful session, we had a wonderful panel discussion, and we had a lighter note from our Toastmaster of the day. So, starting over for the table topics, it's also going to be a fun session, so keep the energy coming there. So, table topic, it enables the member to develop the skills of impromptu speaking. It helps train the members to quickly organize and express your thoughts. It's a sort of a mini speech with an opening, a body, and a conclusion. So I would invite both guests and members to attempt the table topics. So each speaker will be giving 1 to 2 minutes of time. So you need to speak for a minimum of 1 minute and for a maximum of 2 minutes. So timer will actually help me out with the cue cards. So the green card will be at 1 minute. The yellow card will be shown at 1 minute 30 seconds. And the red card at 2 minutes. Okay. And each speaker will also have 30 seconds of grace time to wrap up your speech. So any volunteers, guest members, it's going to be a fun topic. So just get your energy on. If no one is coming up, then I would be picking up the people. Okay, Shravan. So Shravan, for you, the first topic would be nervous start, how will you recover? Nervous start, how will you recover? Over to you.
Fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. Sometime back, about 15 years ago, I had attended first Toastmasters meeting. The Toastmasters meeting was happened somewhere in the Saint John's College in Hyderabad. First time I entered, I was looking at the people, and many people are talking and confidently delivering their speeches. And I was the first person. I was trying to attend the table topics round. So they called me on stage, and I was just looking at myself, and I was so nervous. First time I was speaking in front of the people, crowd. My hands were almost sweating, and my legs were jittering, and then everything was shaking. My hands. I learned one skill. After that, I heard one spiritual discourse. In that discourse, the master was saying that you enjoy, you don't involve into the that pain. Don't get into that. You just separate yourself from the person who is speaking, and then try to witness yourself. When you start witnessing, you will laugh. Oh, I'm experiencing the experience of nervousness. So when you start looking yourself as an experience, how much experience you have in having a nervousness in your entire life, that experience will build you the confidence. Based on that, you can gain the confidence, and you can become a very good speaker next time. So enjoy your nervousness, enjoy your experience of nervousness, not just attach to that nervousness yourself. You are different, and your nervousness is different. When you realize that truth, the moment you realize that, you will, it is easy for you to overcome that nervousness. That's my experience with that. And over to you, Toastmaster Sreelakshmi. How about you?
Yeah, thank you so much, Toastmaster Shravan. First of all, for coming forward and adapting the first topic. So yes, you're slowly coming out of your nervousness and not giving in for it. Yeah, thank you so much. And that was a wonderful, attempt. And we all go through that path in the journey of nervousness, right? Next volunteer. Could we have some guests coming forward? Parvati, would you like to take the next topic?
Yes.
Sure. Your topic would be great speaker, preparation or adaptability. Great speaker, preparation or adaptability. I'll also put it in the chat window for you.
I'm from Karnataka. In Kannada, there is a say, Mate Manikavu Sarvajna. There is a one great say. That is, it is such a precious stone, is the talk. Is it preparation or adaptability? I say both. Unless you prepare anything, it will not come. See, to talk what we need voice modulation and so on, like Gabbys, when I'm there, I need not have to spell it out, but for the topic I'm saying. For that, we need lot of preparation. But preparation, unless it comes into the reality, it won't be, we will not be able speaker. So that is the main thing. How to prepare is one thing wherein all of us, we are Toastmasters. But when to speak, what not to speak also should be matter. As we know, in a constitution, there is a right to speak. There is one decided case law there, right not to speak also. Likewise, it comes over a period of time. How we learn anything. There also there is one Sanskrit shloka. It says, Acharya padam adatte, padam shishya swamedaya, padam sahas brahmacharibhya, pada kala kramenacha. We learn some 25% from the gurus, another 25% padam shishya swamedaya. We have to study on our own, another 25% from our fellow, as if we can take fellow Toastmasters, and another 25% throughout the year, what from time to time what we come across. That's how it is preparation as well as adaptability. Thanks to all for this wonderful platform.
Thank you so much, Parvati, for attempting this topic. I guess thank you so much for bringing in those, like the slokas of Sanskrit and also your views with respect to Toastmasters. And it's very important to talk out and express our thoughts. Next volunteer. No one. Manoj. Sure, Manoj. And would you like to come on camera?
Yes.
Sure. For you, the next topic is lost audience. How will you win back? Lost audience. How will you win back?
Happy evening, each one of you. When you radiate happiness, I think audience are going to come back. If you're genuine, if you're authentic, they do come back. Unless you are too very toxic. If you start growling over there, if you start talking nasty, people are going to be repelled back. But if you mean to be empathetic and speak sense, they would be listening to us. About 2 years back, I was there in the central part of India. I took over a company of about 250 young adults undergoing different kind of language courses. And I was asked to look after their administrative side. And that company used to be notorious. They had a bad reputation. They are into drinking, bashing of each other and whatnot. And they gave me that challenging task. It took me some time, about 2 to 3 months, to win them back so that they listened to whatever I spoke. And what did I do? I got involved with them. Morning, I took them for a big run so that they are refreshed for the day. Evening, I participate with them in games. And I kept myself open in the daytime as well as the evening so that they can come and talk to me. Slowly, they opened up, accepted me. Then the change happened. They became the best in that complete locality. Talk about games, talk about any job given, they used to do it. So if we mean to do something good for others, people are going to recognize and accept us. So that table is going to turn and will be accepted. Provided we mean and genuinely we mean it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Manoj, for attempting the topic. I guess we always speak about our audiences, like we need to resonate back with your audience and connect back with the audience. So managing the audience is one of the, I guess, a very challenging situation in a Toastmaster meeting or any setup of a meeting. Thank you so much. Toastmaster Puneet, would you like to take the next topic? Sure. Got it. So, a best man's toast speech. A best man's toast speech.
In India, we don't really have a best man practice across most cultures. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear members. Um, it's unusual that there is a concept like best man, which I learned only when I started researching about Toastmasters and the history of Toastmasters and how the word Toastmasters came about. For the longest time, the first name of Toastmasters was Gavel Club. It wasn't Toastmasters until the first 15 years. It was only in the 1930s. By the time Ralph C. Smedley was already 26 years into building Toastmasters, that he came up with the word Toastmasters. Toastmasters was actually the person who was responsible for a ceremony in a Christian wedding, where they would bring in the best man, they would make toasts. Each and every family member would sort of give a toast and blessings to the bride and groom. And that is where the word Toastmaster has come from. I have never given a best man speech ever in my life. I think in India, the friends of the bride or the groom are just goofing around, having fun, pulling the leg of the friend who's getting married. There is no formal aspect that I have witnessed yet, but someday I would like to be given a mic when my best friend is getting married and express all the emotions and feelings in those 2 to 3 minutes. But I don't foresee that happening anytime soon. So I would leave it at that, that Toastmaster as a name owes its history to this cultural practice. And I am glad that we have a name like Toastmasters and not Gavel Club. It has a, I hope you would agree to me. And with that, back to Sreelakshmi.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Puneet, for attempting this topic. Yes, I haven't come across any Christian wedding where a best man toast is given, but that's all in the OTT platforms that I've actually seen. But yes, it's quite fascinating, and thank you for providing your views on the topic, even though it was a challenging one. Anyone else for the next topic? Toastmaster Mamta, would you like to attempt the next topic?
Okay.
Sure. Okay, for you, the topic is when words fail, then what? When words fail, then what? Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sreelakshmi. When words fail, we have to speak from the heart. We should listen our voice. We should do what our heart says. If you want to do something, like if you want to watch TV, or you want to listen music, we should do that. Or if we want to read some books, that is also better. And we can do some activity also. We can play with our kids. We can go for shopping, and there are many things to do.
Any other views, since we still have time? Might be like you like stepping out, traveling.
Yeah. My daughter always insists me to go for, she makes plans to go for some trips, and she plans to have dinner in restaurants, and I spend a lot of time with them. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mamta, for your views. I guess we all get into that situation where sometimes we don't have enough words to speak our heart out, but then there are always actions. There is always other activities like stepping out, connecting with your friends, shopping, as you did mention. Thank you. Anyone else? Toastmaster Dev, would you like to take the next topic? Okay, Saurav, would you like to take the next topic? Sure. I'll come back to you, Toastmaster Dev. So, Toastmaster Saurav.
If Dev is interested, Dev Parashar, right?
Yes, Dev Prasad.
Yeah, then I have two topics, then I can take after Dev.
Sure, sure, sir. Toastmaster Dev, can you hear me? Can you please unmute yourself?
He's not there, I can't.
Sure, I guess I'll come back to Toastmaster Dev then. So, distinguished Toastmaster Saurav, I'll give you the next topic. Okay, so the topic for you would be true speakers never stop talking. True speakers never stop talking. Your views.
If there's one statement in this world which I would want to totally disagree with, it is probably this one, that true speakers never stop talking. I would rather change it to true blabbers never stop talking, because after a certain point of time, if you are just on your own with your continuous monologue, then no one actually listens to you. Why do I say that? How do I say that? Because mea culpa, I was guilty of doing that. For several years, I have always believed that the best way of being the man in the room, someone who can grab the attention of people in the room, is by speaking. In the last 5 years, in the first of my Toastmasters journey, the first 2 years, if I would attend any Toastmaster club meeting, my only aim would be to speak as much as I can. If there's a table topic section, I would raise my hand. If there is, if they're asking for any kind of opinion, I would raise my hand. I would only join a meeting with the agenda that I want to speak. I thought that is the only way of learning. Slowly, I realized that that is not the way of learning. That is probably the best way of learning land grabbing or hogging the limelight, because ultimately, after a certain point of time, what comes out of your mouth is a lot of nonsense. How do you then become a true speaker? By absorbing and by expressing yourself, by what's happening around you. If you look at this 2 hours Toastmaster meeting, most of us have got only 1, 2, or maybe 7 minutes of time to speak. But our learning has been for 2 hours, because there's so much of knowledge that was expressed, shared, and we had an opportunity to absorb. So true speakers should definitely not stop learning, listening, and living those moments. If you're only speaking, when do you really learn? Back to you, table topic master.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Saurav. That's a very thoughtful note. Yes, I guess active listening is also very important rather than just speaking and just blabbering out. So thank you so much for that interesting take. So I guess in the interest of time, we'll be wrapping up the table topic session today. But there's always the next opportunity, there's always the next meeting that we'll be having more topics on different topics as such. But I would like to just thank all the speakers who came forward and attempted the topics and gave their viewpoints on be it challenging topics or be it simulation, be it statements. And thank you so much for all your viewpoints. I guess that was a learning session for all of us to take back. And thank you so much. And I will hand it over back to Toastmaster of the day. Thank you so much, Yogita.
Thank you so much, Table Topic Master Sreelakshmi. Can we have a round of applause for the Table Topic Master for bringing such wonderful topics? And we loved hearing everybody's insights. I would just like to ask Toastmaster Mita, do we have any disqualifications in the table topic segment?
No, all are qualified.
That's great news, isn't it? It is. All right. Moving ahead, I would now like to call upon Toastmaster Jaspreet. We'll be moving towards the evaluation segment. I would like to call upon Toastmaster Jaspreet back to the stage. Apart from to Evaluator speaker Sunil Gupta for his panel discussion. Apart from whatever you have heard about her or you have seen about her in today's meeting, one thing I would just like to add on here, she's a gem of person. You have a problem, she has solutions. You're stuck somewhere, she knows the trick to take you out. You are making any excuses, she knows how to show, she knows that you cannot fool her, and she'll make sure that you do not waste any of your time. A very wonderful friend and a great mentor on for Toastmasters, for my Toastmasters journey and beyond. The stage is all yours, Toastmasters Jaspreet.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Yogita. Now, very good evening once again to all the Toastmasters and guests in this meeting and my target speaker, Toastmaster Sunil Gupta. First of all, Sunil, congratulations for completing the project, and that too very, very beautifully. Now, today, I think all of us would agree, all of the people in the meeting would agree with me when I say that what we witnessed was more than a panel discussion. It was a powerful reflection on aging and caregiving, along with emotional responsibility. Now, this project is not just about public speaking, Sunil. It is much beyond that. It is about facilitation, empathy, and leadership. And I think you delivered all three of them very gracefully and very successfully, Sunil. Now, first of all, to begin with, I'll start with the commendations. Your introduction of the topic and your conclusion was beautiful. The expressions on your face were absolutely overwhelming, Sunil. Now, you started off as a son, a grown-up man, speaking about your 85-year-old mother. That immediately brought in the connection. You know, the way you were bringing in those live experiences, that was beautiful. Now, the expression that you said, you know, the words that your mother says when you step back, oh, my Krishna has come, you know, the way you enacted that, it actually touched me deeply because I was connected with you during those days when your mom was hospitalized. So I could actually feel the happiness in you that today you come back home and she's there to welcome you with such happiness. Now, the second best thing, Sunil, was that you balanced very beautifully between emotions and structure. Emotions were overflowing, but you did not compromise on the structure, the need of the project. It was not an easy thing while dealing with such an emotionally charged topic. Now, your panelists were also really very well chosen, very beautifully. You had chosen all three panelists and you allowed them space, and you also transitioned beautifully from one panelist to the other. Sunil, something that could have been better for this project. You started with a PPT. Now, the PPT was a mixture of pictures. I think some were your pictures with your mother, some were probably picked up from the internet. So, over there, either you could have spoken, some music being added, some quotation, some thought provoking line. Otherwise, the meaning of the PPT gets nullified. So something could have happened over there along with the pictures. Just getting the pictures together was not, it was not even required, or you could have just clubbed it into the project. That was one thing. Now, one more thing, Sunil, which I thought was that why is the need for us to discuss these things, these issues? Because it is not a hidden fact, the kind of old age homes which are mushrooming, it's a Western culture, it has poured into our culture also. So some concrete mention of that this is the need, this tears us apart, this needs to be taken care of. So a slight mention of that kind would have even, you know, brought more people into the thing. But then to conclude, you wore both hats. One was of the son and the other of the speaker. And as I told earlier, you balanced beautifully. You balanced with dignity. And the audience saw that. It was not a lecture. You were just trying to bring in the emotions, and everybody, each one of us was digging deep into it. Now, kudos to you for sparking a conversation which I think will linger on in the minds of people, and that spark they will carry around everywhere for the others to discuss. So kudos to you for bringing up a topic which is the need of the hour, which I also love discussing. And your topic was one. I discuss it with my peers, my students, everybody, and I call it as adopting the elderly in their sunset years. Let's adopt them so that we do away with the old age homes. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jaspreet, for your thoughtful evaluation. It was very nice. Can we have a round of applause for our evaluator? Moving forward, we'll go on for the table topic evaluation segment, which is being conducted by Toastmaster Smruti Sagarika Mohanty. She is an experienced B2B sales professional, certified soft skills trainer with a decade of industry exposure. She is currently pursuing a full-time master's degree in the US and a mindful introvert, and she says she's still striving to become a profound public speaker, which I doubt. She is already a wonderful speaker in my opinion. But as DTM sort of said, learning never stops. Grateful for the camaraderie of the Toastmasters fraternity, she actively serves as a club mentor, coach, and as an area director across various districts. While continuously learning and growing through her pathway, she serves as the president of the Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club and now has paved the way for the Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club to be the Gabbys Online Advanced Toastmasters Club. And again, a wonderful friend and an addition to the Toastmasters family. Over to you, Toastmasters Smruti.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Yogita, for your humble introduction. Let's get quickly started with the speakers, and I may request the Zoom moderator to parallelly spotlight the timer and the speaker, please. Thank you. We'll start with the first speaker, Toastmaster Shravan. Shravan, the topic was nervous starts, how will you recover? Toastmaster Shravan, it was quite Zen mode towards your entire speech because you had the message, you had your story, everything in place. I'll tell you two things. One which really worked is your anecdote. You gave me a bit of built up that how you reached the place, what exactly happened, things were very good. Then you gave me a awakening state that I came across the spiritual message, and that's where I started working. What was missing was the after part. There was a before, there was an awakening stage, but we left the after part. Did Shravan use it? And if yes, how it changed Shravan's life? So if we can touch upon that aspect, it is going to be a fantabulous speech all put together. Thank you, Shravan. Looking forward for your future speeches again. Moving ahead, we had Parvati. Parvati, the topic was great speaker, preparation or adaptability. A good attempt, Parvati. The speech all put together was quite informational. Informational with your message, the shlokas which you brought, you gave me a lot of why it is important to bring both. I liked that you agreed that, hey, we need both. We want preparedness as well as adaptability. But something which was missing is how can we do that? Can we touch upon those aspects? Now, I'll give you one suggestion that how to bring the how part by giving a self example, by bringing a story that did you try doing the same or did you see someone doing the same? Because more we speak, it seems kind of a lot of listening. But if we can give examples, the audience will bring relatability to the same. So try by using the how part and things will be taken care. Thank you so much. Moving ahead, we had Toastmaster Manoj. Lost audience, how will you win back? Thank you, Toastmaster Manoj, by letting me know that what should I do and what should I avoid doing. If in case my intent is to grab the audience who are actually lost. Second, you had a fine structure to it. You gave me what and the what not. You gave me a story. You explained the experience. You concluded also by saying you tried this. It's a good structure in place. Something was missing, an excitement and the engagement with the audience. I felt as if I'm just there, evening, sitting with Manoj with a cup of coffee, and Manoj is just nagging about what happened. Manoj is not giving me a lesson to take and ponder upon. Can we bring it up? I have seen you delivering a lot of speeches. If you can bring that engagement with the audience by giving them some question or by just bringing something extraordinary to our speeches. Thank you so much again, Toastmaster Manoj. Looking forward to the next one. We had Toastmaster Puneet. The topic was a best man's toast speech. Puneet, one thing I really liked is how you clubbed the originality, the relatability of a toast to a Toastmaster. And you tried to discuss and gave us a good history about it. So good. What I felt as if we are beating around the bush. Why are we not addressing the topic? Why are we not going ahead with the topic of what will you do in case you are in that particular spot? You did touch upon the fact in the middle where you said, if I was given a chance, I might talk about an emotional journey with a friend, but you left me then and there. And then you again went back to the same beating around the bush regarding toast and Toastmaster. What I would suggest, Toastmaster Puneet, just stick to the topic. In case you're bringing and trying to build a Toastmaster bridge to it, it's absolutely fine. But do not lose the essence of it. Spend more time on delivering what toast will you give. That will bring more authenticity to the speech. But all the best for your future coming speeches. Then we had Toastmaster Mamta. When words fail, then what? And she said, listen to your heart. It's a very pure, felt very authentic coming from you, Toastmaster Mamta. It shows that you were thinking. Now I'll tell you a quick thing, Mamta. What we can do, okay? What we can do by, you brought a story that your daughter encouraged you to go to a trip or do something. Start with that. Start with that by saying that what exactly you did and how you filled the void. Because we are talking about when words fail, it means we are filling up the void. You can start from there. Second suggestion. When people ask, when words fail, then what? You can always give a situation. When words fail, where? In a Toastmaster meeting? Connecting with your partner? A friend over a coffee? Bring your instances and deliver a message. You will have concrete example to display. Thank you so much. Good luck to your future speeches. Then we had distinguished Toastmaster Saurav. True speakers never stop talking. Well structured with a good anecdote, you did explain it very clearly that I don't agree, and you did not leave there. You said why you don't agree, and you rephrased your entire topic by saying, oh, not this, however, blabbering should stop. You moved slightly towards giving me solutions that rather than speaking, start focusing on expressing and absorbing. Good part. Initially, I must say that I felt it is quite preachy, but thank you for bringing real life story, which is that today you gave a real life example here. Today we saw that someone was speaking, but we were just listening. That changed everything for me. So my thought process regarding the preachy part to more towards the collaborative part came there. So not much more to add here, but thank you so much for delivering a good speech. That was a wrap with respect to the evaluation. Good luck to all the future speakers. And I give the stage back to our Toastmaster, that is Toastmaster Yogita. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Smruti. Can we again have a round of applause for Toastmaster Smruti for giving back-to-back wonderful evaluations and filling the room with a positive smile and radiant energy. Moving forward, I think both of our evaluators qualified. Toastmaster Mita? No, none of them qualified. Okay, but since it's the last...
Jaspreet has taken 4 minutes 31 seconds. Shruti has taken 6 minutes 20 seconds.
Okay. All right. Since we only had one speech, so we won't be having any polls for the speaker and the evaluator. And since Toastmaster Smruti evaluated so many speakers, we will skip the timing part for us since it's the last meeting of the Gabbys International. Anyways, we skip it. Moving forward and just taking a quick 2 minutes of your time. Before I say a goodbye to this meeting, I'll just share a short story. My first ever speech at Toastmasters started when I joined Speechcrafters. I started like, can you hear me?
Yes.
Don't worry, I didn't froze. This was me when I started at Speechcrafter. Not hello, no good evening, no good morning, no nothing. My laptop betrayed me. The mic was not working. My screen froze and I was looking like that. Yeah. And this, I guess it was a truly unfortunate phase for the first time speech. I really prepared very hard for that. Many of us do. Almost all of us do for the first speech. And yet, what I observed was someone clapped. Another gave me a thumbs up. the members there, the peers there said, it's okay, move on, you're doing great. And someone actually wrote in their feedback, you did a great use of your body language. And that's when I realized Toastmasters is not about perfection. It's about progress. It's about showing up.
No perfect.
Even if your camera or your laptop betrays you, even if your voice shakes, even if your internet fluctuates. Clubs. Can somebody please mute? Someone is speaking. Okay. Clubs may pause, people will move on, but the mic, the one in your hand, this will always be waiting, because no matter whatever happens, the toast and the show must go on, and it always goes on. Thank you. We'll be meeting super soon in the upcoming Saturdays and Tuesdays meeting. See you all over there. Over to you, Madam President.
Thank you so much. A big round of applause for our Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Yogita. And very well said that yes, Toastmasters is a place where the journey of evolution never comes to an end. It keeps going on, and we see each other evolving towards perfection, but then sky is the limit for us. So yes, that is what we are here for. And very rightly said, the toast must go on, the show must go on. So this being the very last few minutes left of the Gabbys International Toastmasters Club. So I would want to invite any one of the Gabbys International members who would like to share any parting note, any parting words. Although it's actually not a parting kind of a time, not a farewell time, I believe, because we are here to stay. As I used to always say that we are a big joint family. Gabbys is a big joint family. So the joint family, where people used to share, somebody sleeping in, some uncle, cousin sleeping with the other cousin, and so on and so forth. So we are just doing that. Some shifting within the family is happening, but still, anyone who would want to share something, or for that matter, why not Mita ma'am, one of the most senior member, anything you want to share in this last meeting of Gabby's International Toastmasters Club?
Yes, I'm feeling a little bit sad also, because this was the thing when I was there as a charter. So as a charter VP membership, and today as I'm seeing, being as a president also, and I saw so much of growth, we were going high, but today it is little bit I'm feeling disheartened, that I can't say, but I've learned a lot. That is a great thing. What to Gabbys always is there. The Gabbys is always there and helping everything. And we have learned a lot, and we have gone very far. So nothing to say more than that. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mita ma'am. I think you and I, we are sailing in the same boat. That is what humans are, full of a variety of emotions, and different emotions are coming up. One trying to pull the other one down, and the other one coming up. So yes, I also am going through the same emotions right now. We have DTM Saurav Datta. DTM Saurav Datta, you would want to say something?
Yeah. So, I'll just reflect, because someone who's been involved in chartering the club from the very beginning when we decided. So I want to give a bit of a perspective in terms of why this club was chartered in the first place, and how we went about it. So almost 2 years back, this club was chartered. At that point of time, we had a speechcraft. I think the second batch of speechcraft just got completed. They were close to around 50 speechcrafters who came out of that particular batch, all put together. And suddenly we had a lot of speakers, and we were running short of speech slots, and we started doing meetings every Thursdays. Well, we had two clubs. So one was on the Tuesday, one was on Saturday. And then a third meeting of the joint meeting was happening every Thursday. Not a very sustainable format. So we decided to have a third club, and the third club got chartered with Mita as the charter president. I think, I'm not sure if Mita was the charter president or Nagesh. I think one of them was the charter president.
The
Anyways,
president was Nagesh sir, and I was the VP membership.
yeah, so the charter president was Nagesh, and we got this chartered. Now, what happened is, After that, if you look at the last 2 years, all of these people, or rather most of these people, have had phenomenal growth. People who have come out of the Speechcraft batch and they were involved in this. If you look at Smruti, she became an area director in US. Jaspreet is now the area director in District 124. Yogita has led the club as a VP, our club. Ravisha went on to become a contestant at the district level in District 124. Chitrakshi went on to become a contestant. She was the area champion. Gauri was the area champion. So I have not seen a club in 2 years of time produce so many good speakers, contestants, area contest champions, division contest champions, and so on. So now, when we were young, at that point of time, leaving something or closing something was considered not so great. People would be very ashamed to say, I had a company, I have to close it down. Times have changed now. Today, if you see people, startup owners very proudly come and say, I exited 3 startups. I had exited 5 startups, right? And that is where the pride, which means you incubated, you conceptualized something, you incubated something, you planned something, you executed something, you achieved something, and then you exited that success because that mission was served. And that's exactly what has happened with the Gabbys International. The Gabbys International was created with a very specific mission to create a bunch of world-class speakers, leaders, which it has achieved in that last 2 years without any doubt. And now that since that has been achieved, it is time for us to exit this so that with the limited resources, we can focus on strengthening these 2 clubs. Let me tell you with a good amount of certainty, it is just a matter of time that again a 3rd club or a 4th club or a 5th club or a 6th club of the Gabbys will happen. That's a given. The question is more if rather than, rather when rather than if, because, the next time we do a Speechcraft, again, we'll have a bunch of speakers coming in. We will need another club. We'll open another club. So my humble submission to all of us here is that the club is a family and the brand is the Gabbys. So we have never differentiated ourselves that I am a member of the Gabbys Online and you are a member of the Gabbys International and we are going to have our arm wrestling match to decide who's better. And that is the spirit that we have maintained over the last 5 years. And as the spirit we will continue to maintain. Once a Gabbys, always a Gabbys. And it does not matter which branch of the Gabbys you're a part of. So thank you everyone who have helped in chartering this club and taking it to this success story, making this a success story. And now helping us exit this so that we can focus on this too. So as Jaspreet mentioned in her address that we have got a very clear vision. One club has become an advanced club. The other club will probably become an advanced club in the near future. So we are planning a lot of other things, the Speakers Bureau and a bunch of other things that is there on the card. So on which we will focus now because the Gabbys does not only produce Toastmasters, it produces professional speakers. So that is my take on this entire thing. So that because, I was instrumental in chartering this. I was also a part of the decision in exiting this. So I think some bit of a clarification was necessary. Thank you. Back to you, Jaspreet.
Thank you so much, DTM Saurav Datta. And I think I cannot resonate with you more than this because, yes, that is what it is. This is the way of life. We have to maybe leave something to move ahead further. And that is what we are doing right now in this point in time. Now, one thing that we always used to do or we do is the woes and the vows. Now, for the vow, just one thing I would like to say over here, such a beautiful meeting and audience interaction could have been more involved. So that is what we need to see wherever we are, whatever we are. These meetings are a preparation towards a bigger picture in life. So if we are here, why not try to take the maximum benefit out of the situation? Otherwise, it was a great meeting, beautiful discussion, wonderful activities or energizers by the Toastmaster of the day. So when everybody contributes, the meeting becomes really very fulfilling for each one of us. Now, let's move ahead with the results. So we have 2 categories today. First is the table topic, and over there, the winner is Toastmaster Shravan Kumar. Congratulations, Shravan. And the other one is the favorite role taker. That is our table topic evaluator, Toastmasters Smruti, Sagarika, Mohanty. Congratulations, Smruti. And in the auxiliary role taker, it is Mita ma'am, the one who was the timer, taking care of everything so that all of us are on track and we are able to end the meeting well in time. So thank you everybody for doing justice to your role. Everybody put in the best, did whatever was possible to make it a very wholesome and a very successful meeting. So with this, I adjourn the 80th and the last meeting of the Gabbys International Toastmasters.
Results announcement.
Pardon?
Results announcement. Polls.
Result? Pardon?
Polls.
Polls done.
Oh, okay. I
Polls
missed.
done. So now we'll be meeting on Saturday for the hybrid meeting of the Gabbys Toastmasters Club. So until then, good night, goodbye, have a great day, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.